Hello, it's Holly Copsey here from Virtually Priceless. I'm a virtual PA providing support to non-exec directors, financial services executives and entrepreneurs. This is episode 10 in my series addressing some of the questions that I frequently get asked by prospective clients. And today I wanted to give an example of something actually I was asked by a friend the other day rather than a prospective client, but something I thought that you would still find quite interesting and that was relevant. So they asked me what other tasks I do other than the sort of regular PA tasks as such, anything more unusual. So obviously I do a lot of that regular stuff, but I do sometimes get thrown a curveball by a client where they ask me to do something a bit more unusual. So I just wanted to give a few examples of these so you get some idea of the types of things that a virtual PA could do for you. So the first one is that I was asked to source some furniture for a client's home. They had recently moved house and were waiting on delivery of some new furniture, and they had already decided they were hosting a drinks event at their home, and a couple of days beforehand happened to mention to me that their new furniture hadn't arrived and that actually the house was pretty bare, so would need to kit out the lounge area. So I had to source a three-piece sofa suite, coffee table, some soft furnishings to basically to kit out their home. So yeah, that was interesting. And then another one I had was to source a driving instructor. Again, at quite short notice. This was for a client that lived in quite a remote area of Scotland, and they'd been let down by their previous instructor, and their teenage daughter needed someone quite urgently because they had a test coming up. The only issue was they live in, as I say, quite a remote area, and they actually live down a gravel sort of unsealed road. So finding someone who was willing to travel to their property to meet them for the lessons was the difficulty there. But I'm pleased to say I managed to find someone for them, and that all worked out okay. And then the third example I wanted to talk about was finding some unique accommodation. So I recently had a client that wanted to take their partner away for a sort of surprise luxury weekend break, but they didn't want to use a regular sort of B&B or hotel. So I came up with a few different options, which included things like staying on a canal boat, a converted water tower, but the option they ended up going with was a luxury tree house, which was in Kent, and I must say looked pretty amazing, and I would definitely be checking out at some point. But that worked out really well, and yeah, it was certainly fun to research, and they had a great weekend away. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea about some of the other things I can help with, especially for tasks that sort of come under the personal brackets. If you have any questions, please do pop a comment below or send me a message. And if you are a PA out there and you have your own sort of unusual story to tell, then again, I'd love to hear from you. So please do pop a note below. We'd love to hear about your experiences. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.